Hello, everyone. Mark Gilliard here for AIM Country Music Television. My guest today is the very talented, very energetic Ken Domash. He first hit the country charts back in 2009 and 2010 with his project titled Countryfied, spawning the hit single Ding Dang Darn It. He apparently let off the gas for a few years, spent time doting over the wife and kids, but he's back with a vengeance. His recent release, If I Was a Beer, hit the top 40 on Music Row magazine's Country Breakout chart. His song, Drink About That, is sitting at number 59 on that chart. Ken is no stranger to country music success. He's here today to talk about his new Christmas release, the romantic and touching Snow Angels. Let's get him in here right now to talk about what might just be your new favorite Christmas song. Ken, thank you so much for joining me today.
Awesome to be here.
Super awesome. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Well, I'm glad you stopped by today, but before we dive into the song, I'd like to start with a little introduction. Just take a few minutes and tell us all about yourself.
Oh, about me. Cool.
Yeah. Everybody wants to know.
Yeah, I'm Ken Domash. I've been doing music only for about 15 years. I kind of stumbled into it, just luckily stumbled into it. I do mostly art. That's what I've always been as a kid. Kenny drew a lot. And then I found music. And so anyway, I put out an album about 12 or 13 years ago, and it was really exciting, successful, fun. And so I've got another album out now that I'm touring the country, radio station to radio station, interview to interview, and just trying to put the music out there. Having a blast. I have a beautiful wife who's in all of my music videos, and she's been in the ones from the very beginning, and 3 awesome kids that are almost like grown up enough now to help dad figure out how to do all this stuff better. It takes a village. So yeah, so that's a little about me. I don't know how long you want to babble on.
Well, yeah, it looks like you had big success like 2009 and 2010, like really on your way. You took a break. What's that about? I mean, because you're back with a vengeance now, like you've always been a country singer, but you've got a kind of a spot there that looks like it was something else. What were you doing?
And I've got chills everywhere just thinking about answering this. It's like it was, I remember vividly. It was, hey, Kenny, we're coming out with the next song. We're gonna go on radio, on concert tour. It was so exciting. And then I just had to kind of hit my flip phone at the time and be like, I just can't. I mean, I had 3 young kids. I was a soccer coach, husband, and I was just like, the timing just wasn't right. I just couldn't see balancing it. I couldn't see how to find my way through. And then in 2014, I did a whole album, killer album. I was so excited. I'm like, all right, coming at it. I had a little break. Let's do it. And then, my kids were kind of, able to feed themselves and everything. But my mom and dad were getting a little older, and suddenly it was time to be, as much of a son as I could possibly be. And I found myself, making breakfast in the morning and, just being there to be a good son. And, I soaked up every second of it. I don't want to start bawling on this interview, but, one of the biggest inspirations of everything for me is my dad, and when I was a kid, I did magic shows around the world, and he would go with me to all these. So it was time to be, a part of my dad's life. And then when my dad passed, I literally just didn't leave my mom's house for months. I was so scared for her, until one day I woke up and she already had my laundry folded and she made breakfast. I'm like, so you're good, Mom. It was like, okay. And every step of the way has just been, and along that whole road, I've been trying to figure out how to do songwriting, collaborations as co-writing. That wasn't really taken. That's a whole thing too. That's hard to get into that market. But the whole time I was writing songs and, playing songs, and just, about 2 years ago, it was like, and then COVID, that silly thing, literally was ready to come out in March when it all happened. Everybody has that story. So that was a couple of years, so I know this is a long answer, but it has, as far as being out here with a vengeance, it has been pent up, and I have been just dying to do this so badly. And then I had to talk to my wife and go, hey, it's time. you know, and she's like, okay, okay. And it's like, I mean, talk to my kids, you know, basically had to get everybody on board because legit, I mean, next week, people are asking, where are you playing that Christmas show? I literally don't even know. I mean, I don't know the city. It's like I'm just going all over I can. And yeah, I'm extremely driven now. It's really it's fun.
Well, I commend that because it's takes some real integrity to be able to be successful at and then still back off and take care of the things that need to be taken care of. So you
Yeah, no,
got
I
my
appreciate
compliments
that.
on that.
And I tell you what, it wasn't as if it was like, yeah, no big deal. I'm just going to step out of it. No big deal. I tried to tell myself that, you know, I was like, yeah, it's no big deal, you know, and you just can't shake it. You just can't. And I'm so glad I haven't. And music keeps coming. I'm going back into studio in a month. You know, I'm like literally trying to write the rest of the album. You know, like so exciting. I'm getting so much feedback on the songs we're doing, and I feel like I'm learning a bunch, like on a crash course. So it's writing is fun, performing is fun, um, doing this is fun. It's just it's so I'm anyway, as you can tell, I'm having a great time, and it's a lot of
Excited is
time to
good.
make up.
Well, in my world, you're known for a style that might be called rowdy, lighthearted, and that kind of thing. Songs like Drink About That and
Yeah,
If I Was a Beer. And you have a 2024 project coming up called Welcome to My Rodeo.
yeah.
All great songs, all great fun. And if you guys haven't heard them, you should look them up after this show.
Thank you.
But today you're here to talk about your new Christmas release, Snow Angels.
Yeah, isn't that like you need a
It's
yeah?
at least from
I'm
your
sorry.
normal. It's kind of touching and reflective, just really pretty. Tell us about it and how'd you come up with this song?
No, thank you very much for that. It yeah, it is. You know, I almost need to put a blinker in the album. It's like, hey, taking a hard right here, you know, it's like we're turning. And yeah, like even the songs like you were talking about, Countrified and Ding Dang Darn It, all of those were just, you know, really jumping in hard. Welcome to My Rodeo was going to be one of the first songs we released. It's really rowdy. It starts off with horses leaning and just, you know, just going. And it's like you know, they're like, maybe that's a much, maybe that's a bit much, you know, let's come in with something like If I Was a Beer and drink about that. But that song was intended just to be a piano vocal solo. Like I just thought it was a beautiful, all these songs just get given to you. Like, I don't know where they come from. You can't sit down and like legitimately try to write a song. At least I can. And yeah, it was a totally different place. And after we did it, I was like, I really like that, you know. And it starts off with, you know, talking about it was right around Christmas time. I'm like, that actually feels like a Christmas song. So we went back into studio and have the entire orchestral sound to it now. And we didn't even do any overdubs on the vocals. We didn't do any harmony vocals, which is not how you do any songs I know of. And I was like, yeah. And even at the end of the song, I was literally bawling and I couldn't even get the lyrics out hardly. And the guy, and I'm like, sorry about that, Dave. I'll do it again. You know, Dave's the producer. And he's like, nope, that's gold. We're done. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But I was like, you know how hard it is, like when you're doing a eulogy or something, you can't get your voice out. That's how the song is. So you can listen for it. You can hear the last very end of it. It's just like I'm falling apart. And so I'm having so much fun. I get to go out all next week and you know, promote it to radio. It's being played so much. I just had a text, the YouTube video is just blowing up. I mean, from my perspective of, you know, I mean, it's not millions, but it's really getting seen. And I really hope that people see it, it touches them, you know, because every time I do that song, yeah, I'm in a different place. And it's really it's about, you know, Snow Angels is about, you know, it's making snow angels. And when you first hear it, I'll admit it had more of a ZZ Top influence. You know, ZZ Top's, all their songs are very meaning two things, you know, and usually has like sexual undertone to it. You know, making snow angels was kind of like, you know, hey baby, you know. And then as you hear the song, it really progresses to we made snow angels as our kid. And then we not to babble on too much, but we then did the music video and have the music video of us hanging ornaments, and the ornaments have pictures of our dogs and our kids, you know, just when we first met, even the picture of our first Christmas. And it was a really neat way for me to communicate what the song was about. So I've babbled on a lot there, but it's it's a real heartfelt type of a song. And also the album has a lot of songs that are like that. Like we have a song out called Life's Happening Now. Same thing. But to get noticed, I am doing the fun, rowdy songs. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, you don't want to get too far from that.
Yeah, when you walk in, it's like you walk into a party at your friend's house. You don't want to be all serious and all, talking about heavy stuff. You want to be like, yeah, let's have a beer. Hey, I brought sandwiches or whatever you're doing. You want to be fun. So that's why the first songs are really that. So,
well, I think our audience is going to love it. I'm ready to play it. How about you?
I'd love you to play it. Yeah, I'd love for them to hear it. Yeah, cheers.
Great. You're watching Ken Domash's video for Snow Angels on AIM Country Music Television.
It was 1995, right around Christmas time. Had a party when your eyes caught mine. That winter night was cold, but we didn't care. We just laid in the snow and watched on breath fill the air. We made snow angels like it was our very first time. We made snow angels like side by side. And further down the road, got a house, white picket fence. Hound dog had a couple of kids. I would watch them play and we'd watch them sled. And at the end of the day, when they were finished, we made snow angels like it was our very first time. We made snow angels like side by side. Holding hands and gazing at the stars, together we made armor. And when we're in heaven looking back on all we did, all that'll matter is we made snow angels like it was our very first time. We made snow angels not side by side. We made snow angels. We made snow angels. We made snow angels. We made snow. It was 1995, right around Christmas time. At a party when your eyes caught mine.
Oh, that's nice. There's an emotional depth there that should really give this song some longevity.
Good. In my head, like how I see life, as my wife always makes fun of me. She's like, "Do you think everybody loves you? It's like, why, she's like, you just go through life." And I'm like, it's a great way to go through life, just to have, you meet people, you feel the connection, and in my head on that song, it'd be so neat to have a song that had longevity, that at Christmas time, it kind of keeps coming around. It's really fun to have, like Drink About That, these fun party songs. The neat thing about Christmas is how they keep coming back around, and then you get that same feeling. So yeah, that'd be the biggest Christmas gift to me, is if that did, stick around.
Well, I predict this is one we'll be adding to our Christmas playlist for years to come.
Awesome. That is so incredible to hear. I mean, yeah, amazing.
Well, good job.
Thank you.
Well, as we bring this in for a landing, tell us where we can buy or listen to all of your music, along with where to find you online, live performances. Where can we catch you in the wild?
Yeah, you're throwing that out. I'm the only guy with my name, which is great. But if you don't know how to say it or spell it, I'm hard to find.
Yes.
It's like legit, like it's Ken and it's Domash, but it's Domash. I would say it's like do the mash, and not that helps either. But if you just go to kendomash.com, you'll find all the socials there. Ken Domash Music if you like doing Instagram, Ken Domash Music if you like doing Facebook. I think TikTok might just be Ken Domash anyway, you'll find it all on my website. And of course, going to YouTube or your channel and seeing the videos, and then obviously listen to the radio. That's a good thing too. And if you do Spotify or Apple Music, any of the streaming platforms, if you just type in Ken Domash Snow Angels, boom, there it is. Or Drink About That, any of the songs. And I have even have an album from before Countryfied out there, and I'm putting in some of the behind the scenes and hopefully trying to show this journey. I've been documenting it on Instagram and so forth, just as reels that you can go through, because it's pretty much like a one-man band going around the country trying to share the love, share the music. Like I said, all these songs, don't know where they come from. They're all just gifts, and if I can grab them and do them and they mean something, life's great.
Keep on doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I get told that a lot, and there's no roadmap. There's like no roadmap, man. I'm like, pulled off the road in my 4-wheel. It's cornfields. It's like that Becky was a beauty from South Alabama. I always picture that song going through cornfields. That's where I am right now. I'm just running wild and smiling and having a good time.
Thanks for coming on the show, Ken. It's been a blast.
And Thank you. Thanks for having me. Merry Christmas.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ken Domash. So, what do you think? Is Snow Angels going to be your new favorite Christmas song? This has been Mark Gilliatt for AIM Country Music Television. Merry Christmas, and thanks for watching.
It was 1995, right around Christmas time. At a party when your eyes caught mine.